Everybody, and welcome to the STAC Shakespeare Alliance's first ever production to Gentlemen of Verona. I am Kiera Egan. I am the president and director of the Shakespeare Alliance. We have a really fun show for you guys today. It's a first for a lot of people in our cast. It's Shakespeare's first comedy, so it's really exciting. We've been meeting every Monday to rehearse. This is a completely student-run endeavor, so we're really excited for you to see what we've been working on, and I hope you enjoy the show. Before we start, we have our emergency exits to the back, right and left, and our bathrooms are up this railing through the hall. Men's bathroom to your left, women's bathroom to your right. Okay, and that's all. Hope you guys enjoy the show.
Cease to persuade my loving Proteus how home-keeping youth have ever homely wits. I would rather entreat thy company to see the wonders of the world abroad than living dully sluggardized at home. But since thou lovest, and love therein, even I as to would love begin.
Wilt thou be gone? Speak Valentine to do. Never danger to environ thee, commend thy grievances to my holy prayers, for I shall be thy beadsman, Valentine.
And on a love book pray for my success.
On some book I do love, I shall pray for thee.
That's a shallow story of a deep love, how young Leander crossed the Hellespont.
Nay, it's a deep story of a deeper love, for he was more than over shoes in love.
Nay, for you over boots in love, and yet you've never swum the Hellespont.
Nay, give me not the boots.
No, I will not for boots thee not. What? To be in love. Where scorn is sought with groans, nightly tears, daily heart-sore sighs, one fading moment's mirth, 20 watchful, weary, tedious nights. But wherefore waste I time to counsel thee? My father at the road expects my coming there to see me shipped.
And thither shall I bring thee, Valentine.
No, sweet Proteus, let us take our leave. Let me hear of thy success of love in letters from Milan, and I will send thee mine.
All happiness perchance to thee in Milan.
Farewell.
He after honor hunts, I after love. Thou, Julia, thou hast metamorphosed me, made me neglect my studies, lose my time, war with good counsel set the world at naught, made wit with musing weak, heart sick with thought.
So Proteus, save you. Saw you my master.
By now he parted hence to Milan.
20 to 1, that he shipped already, and I played a sheep in losing him.
Aye, a sheep doth very often stray, and if the shepherd be well away.
You conclude then, my master is a shepherd, and I a sheep.
I do.
Why then my horns are his horns, whether I wake or sleep.
A silly answer, and fitting well a sheep.
Such another proof will make me cry. Bah!
But hearest thou, gavest thou my letter to Julia?
Aye, sir.
And what said she?
Aye.
Nod. Aye, why that's naughty.
You mistook, sir. I say she did nod, and you ask me if she did nod, and I say aye.
And that, set together, is naughty, eh?
You have taken the pains to set it together. Take it for your pains.
Well, you shall have it for bearing the letter.
I perceive I must be fain to bear with you.
How would thou bear with me?
Marry, sir, the letter, very orderly, having nothing but the word naughty for my pains.
Beshrew me, but you have a quick wit.
Yet it cannot overtake your slow purse.
Come, open the matter in brief. What said she?
Marry, sir, open your purse, that the money and the matter be both the once delivered.
Fine. Here, takest thou this for thy pains. Now, what said she?
Truly, sir, I think you'll hardly win her.
Why couldst thou perceive so much from her?
Why, I could perceive nothing but a ducat for delivering your letter, for she is hard as steel and cold as stone.
Get thee away. Must find some better messenger. I fear my Julie would not deign my lines, receiving them from such a worthless post.
How thinkest thou the gentle Proteus?
Best of many good, I think him best.
Your reason?
I have no other but a woman's reason. I think him so because I think him so.
And would you have me cast my love onto him?
Aye, if you value love not cast away. Peruse this paper, madam.
To Julia. Say, from whom?
That the contents will show.
Say, who sent it thee?
Valentine's page, and sent I think from Proteus.
Now by my modesty, a goodly broker, dare you presume to harbor wanton lies? There, Take the paper or else return no more into my sight.
To plead for love deserves more fee than hate.
Will ye be gone?
That you may ruminate.
Yet I had I overlooked the letter. Be ashamed to call her back again and pray her for a fault for which I chid her. But a fool is she that knows I am maid and will not force the letter into my view, since maids in modesty must say no to that which they would pro-offer construe I. How angrily I told my brow to frown when inward joy it forced my heart to smile. My penance is to call Lucetta back and ask remission for my folly past. What ho, Lucetta!
What would your ladyship?
Is it near dinner time?
I would it were, that you might kill your stomach upon your meat and not upon your maid.
Some love of yours had written to you in rhyme.
Then I may sing it. Give me tune your ladyship consent.
Let's hear your song. How now, minion?
Keep tune there still, for you'll sing it out. Aunt methinks I do not like this tune.
You do not?
No, it is too sharp.
You, minion, are too saucy.
Nay, now you're too flat, and mar the concord with too harsh a descant. And there wanted the me to fill your song.
The mean is drowned in your unruly bass.
Indeed, I've been base for Proteus.
This babble shall henceforth trouble me. Here is a coil with protestation. There, get you gone and let the papers lie. They'll be fingering them to anger me.
She'd best be pleased to be so angered with another letter.
Nay, I will be so angered with the same. Oh, hateful hands to tear such loving words. I'll kiss each several paper for my amends. Look, here is writ kind Julia. Unkind Julia. As a revenge for thy ingratitude, I throw thy name against the bruising stones, trembling contemptuously on thy disdain. And here is writ, love wounded Proteus. Oh, poor wounded name. Thy bosom as a bed shall lodge you till thy wounds be thoroughly healed. Thus I'll search you with a sovereign kiss. Lo, here in one line is his name twice writ. Poor, forlorn Proteus, passionate Proteus, to the sweet Julia. That I'll tear away. Oh, and yet I will not, for sit so prettily he couples it to his complaining names. Thus I will fold them on one another. Now, kiss, embrace, and do what you will.
Madam, dinner is ready and your father stays.
Well, let us go.
Sweet lines, sweet life. Here's her hand, the agent of her heart. Here's her oath for love, her honor's pawn. Oh, that our fathers would applaud our loves and seal our happiness with their consents. Oh, heavenly Julia.
Now, now, what are you reading there?
May it please your lordship, 'tis a word or two of commendation sent from Valentine by a friend who delivered it from him.
What news?
There's no news but that he writes. How well beloved, how happily he lives in daily grace by the emperor, wishing me with him partner of his fortune.
Your father's will is something sort of his wish.
What's this? I am resolved that thou shalt spend some time with Valentinus in the emperor's court. What maintenance he from his friends receives, like exhibition thou shalt have from me. Tomorrow be in readiness to go. Excuse it not, for I am peremptory. Look what thou wants, thou shalt be sent after thee. No more of stay, tomorrow thou must go.
Your father has set sail. You are to post after him. I fear he is in haste.
Why, this is it. My heart accords thereto, and yet 1,000 times it answers no.
Sir, your glove.
Not mine, mine are on.
Why, sir, this may be yours, for this is but one.
Give it here. 'Tis mine, sweet ornament that decks a thing divine. Ah, Silvia, Silvia.
Madam Silvia! Madam Silvia!
Why, sir, who bade you call her?
Why, your worship, sir, or else I mistook.
Tell me, dost thou know Madam Silvia?
She that your worship loves.
How dost thou know that I am in love?
Marry, sir, by these special marks. First, like Sir Proteus, you have learned to wreathe your arms like a malcontent, to relish a love song like a red robin's breast, to walk alone like one that had the pestilence, to speak like a beggar, pulling at hollow masts, to sigh like a young schoolboy that lost his ABC, to weep like a young wench that had just buried her granddam, to watch like one that fears robbing. You are metamorphosed with the mistress. When I look on you, I can hardly think you my master.
Are all those things perceived in me?
All those things are perceived without ye.
Without me, they cannot.
Without ye, nay, that's for certain. For you are so without these follies, that these follies are within you, and shine through you like the water in a urinal. So not an eye that sees you is but a physician to comment on your malady.
But tell me, dost thou know my lady Silvia?
She that your worship gaze upon as she sits at supper.
Hast thou observed that? Even she, I mean.
Why, sir, I know her not.
What dost thou know?
That she is not so fair as you well favored.
I have loved her ever since I saw her, and still I call her beautiful.
If you love her, you cannot see her.
Why?
Because love is blind. Oh, that you had mine eyes, your own eyes, that want to chide at Sir Proteus for going ungartered.
What should I see then?
Your own present folly and her passing deformity. For he being in love cannot see to garter his hose, and you being in love cannot see to put on your hose.
In conclusion, I stand affected to her.
I would so that your affection would cease.
I would it so not. The other night, I enjoined her to write some letters to the one she loves.
Oh, and have you?
I have.
Oh, excellent puppet. Oh, exceeding motion. Now, will he interpret to her?
Madam Silvia, madam and mistress, 1,000 good morrows.
Give ye good even, here's a million of manners.
My lady, I have writ these lines that you asked for, which I was much unwilling to do, but for my duty to your ladyship.
I thank you, gentle servant. 'Tis very quickly done.
Nay, trust me, madam, it came hardly off upon not knowing who it goes to. I writ at random, very doubtfully.
Perchance you think too much of so much pain?
Oh, no, madam, please you, I will write you 10,000 times as much, and yet...
A pretty period. Well, I guess the sequel. And yet I will not name it. And yet I care not. And yet take this again, and yet I thank you. Meaning henceforth to trouble you no more.
And yet you will, and yet another yet.
What means your ladyship? Do you not like it?
Yes, the lines are very quaintly writ, but since unwilling they take them again. They take them.
Madam, they are for you.
Aye, you writ them, sir, at my request, but I will none of them. They are for you.
Please you, I will write your ladyship another.
And when it's writ for my sake, read it over. And if it please you so, if not, why so?
If it please me, madam, what then?
Why, if it please you, then take it for your labor. And so, good morrow, servant.
Oh, just unseen, inscrutable, invisible, as the nose on a man's face or the weathercock on a steeple.
How now?
Why, she woos you by a figure.
What figure?
By a letter, I should say.
This is the letter I writ to her friend.
And here it delivered in there an end.
I were it no worse. She cannot love me. She had not writ to me.
Why moose you, sir? 'Tis dinner time.
I have dined.
Oh, be not like your mistress. Be moved, be moved.
Have patience, gentle Julia.
I must, for there is no remedy.
As soon I can, I will return.
If you turn not, you will return the sooner. Take this ring for thy Julia's sake.
Why then, we'll make exchange. Here, takest thou this ring for my hand, for my true constancy. And when that hour overslips me in the day, wherein I sigh not, Julia, for thy sake, Next ensuing hour, some foul misdeed will torment me for my love's forgetfulness. Now's the tide, nay, not thy tide of tears. I fear that tide would stay me longer than I should. Sweet Julia, farewell. What, gone without a word? So is true love, it cannot speak, has better deeds to do than words to grace it.
Like the prodigious sun, and I'm going with Sir Proteus to the Imperial court. I think Crab, my dog, be the sourest natured dog that lives. My mother weeping, my dog howling, our cat wringing her hands, and all our house in a great perplexity. But did not this cruel-hearted cur shed but one tear? He is a stone, a very pebble stone, and has no more wit in him than a dog. Nay, I'll show you the manner of it. This shoe is my father. No. This shoe is my father. No, that cannot be so. This shoe is my mother. Nay, that's not so neither. This shoe, with the hole in it, it has the worth through soul. It's my mother. This shoe is my mother, and this shoe is my father. There it is. I'm the dog. No, the dog is himself, and I am the dog. No, I am me, and the dog is me. There it is. Now, go I to my father. Father, your blessing. Now, should not the shoe speak a word for weeping? Now, go I to my mother. Marry thus her breath up and down. Now does not this cruel-hearted cur shed a tear, nor speak a word, but see how I lay the ground with my tears.
Launce, away! Thy master sent Silvia in your post after with oars! Why, son, you crying? Why weepest thou? I fear if you tarry any longer that you'll lose the tide.
It's no matter if the tide were lost, for it is the unkindest tide that ever any man tied.
What's the unkindest tide?
Why, he that is tied here. Crab, my dog.
Tut, man, I meant the flood, and losing thy flood, and losing the voyage, and losing thy voyage, and losing thy master, and losing thy master, and losing thy service, and losing thy service, and losing thy... Why dost thou stop my mouth?
For fear thou shalt lose thy tongue.
Come away, man, I was sent to call thee.
Call me what thou darest.
Willst thou go?
Aye, I will go. Crab.
Now, daughter Silvia, you are hard beset. Sir Valentine, your father is in good health. What say you to a letter from your friends of much good news?
My lord, I would be happy from any messenger from thence.
Know ye your countryman, Don Antonio?
Aye, my good lord. I know him to be of worth and worthy estimation, with all good grace to grace a gentleman.
Hath he not a son?
Aye, my good lord, and his son has such a regard of such a father.
You know him well.
Aye, my good lord, for from our youth we had spent our time together. Yet hath Sir Proteus, for that's his name, his years young, but his intelligence old, his head wavering, but his heart strong. My lord, he's of honor and esteem.
Well, this gentleman has come to me, with commendation from great potentates, and he means to spend his time here a while. 'Tis no unwelcome news to you.
If I should wish to think it would have been he.
Welcome him then, according to his worth. Daughter Silvia, I speak to you. Valentine, I need not cite him to it. I'll send him hither to you presently.
Proteus is the gentleman I told your ladyship about, that his lady had hold his eyes locked in her crystal looks.
Belike that she hath been franchised from upon some other pond for fealty.
My lady, I think she holds them prisoners still.
Nay, then he should be blind, and being blind, how could he see his way out to seek you?
My lady, love hath 20 pairs of eyes.
They say love hath not an eye at all.
Love can wink.
Have done, here comes your gentleman.
Oh, welcome, sweet Proteus. My lady, I pray you entertain him for your servant.
Too low a mistress for so high a servant.
Not so, sweet lady, but too mean a servant to have the look of so fine a lady.
Leave off discourse of disability, sweet lady. Entertain him for your servant.
My duty will I boast of, nothing more.
And duty never yet did want his need. Servant, you are welcome to a worthless mistress.
I'll die on him that says so much yourself.
That you are welcome?
That you're worthless.
Madam, your father would speak with you.
I wait upon his pleasure.
We'll both attend upon your ladyship.
Now tell me, how dwell from whence you came?
Your friends are well and have them much commended.
And how do yours?
I left them all in health.
And how thrives your love? How thrives your lady?
My tales of love were wont to weary you. I know you join not in a love discourse.
Aye, Proteus, but that life is altered now. I have done my penance for contemning love. Love hath punished me with bitter fasts, with penitential groans, with nightly tears and daily heart-sore sighs. In my contempt of love, love hath chased sleep from my enthralled eyes, and made me watchers of mine own heart's sorrow. Stop.
I read your fortune in your eye. Is this the idol that you worship so?
Even she. And is she not a heavenly saint?
No. But she is an earthly paragon.
Call her divine.
I won't flatter her.
Oh, flatter me, for love delights in praises.
When I was sick, you gave me bitter pills, and I must administer the likes to you.
Then speak the truth by her. If not divine, yet let her be a principality, sovereign to all the creatures on earth.
Except my mistress.
Sweet! Except not any. Except thou wilt against my love.
What braggartism is this, Valentine?
Pardon me, Proteus. I am nothing in she that makes all worthies nothing. She is alone.
Then let her alone.
Not for the world. Man, she is mine own. If I were a rich man and having 20 seas, the water nectar, the sands pearl, the rocks pure gold, forgive me that I do not dream on me as thou seest me dote upon my love. My foolish rival, that her father likes, only for his possessions, is so large, has gone with her along, and so must I. For love, thou knowest, is full of jealousy.
But she loves you?
Aye, and we are betrothed. Nay, more, our wedding hour. I must climb her tower, a ladder quaintly made of cords, with a pair of anchoring hooks to find all things plotted and agreed upon for my happiness. Sir Proteus, away with me to my chamber to assist me with thy counsel.
Go on ahead, I shall inquire thee forth. I must onto the road to disembark some necessaries I needs must use. Yeah, and then presently I'll attend you.
Will you make haste?
I will. Even as one heat another heat expels, or a nail by strength drives out another, so the remembrance of my former love is by newer object quite forgotten. She is fair, and so is Julia that I love, that I did love. For like a waxen image gainst a fire, bears no impression of the thing it once was. And methinks me zeal to Valentine grows cold, for I love him not as I was wont, because I love his lady too much. And that's the reason I love him so little. But when I look on her perfections, there's no reason that I shall be blind. If I can check my love, I will. If not, to compass her, I'll use my skill.
Launce, Valentine, honestly, welcome to Milan.
Forswear not thyself, sweet youth. I am not welcome. I reckon this always. That a man is never undone till he be hanged, and never welcome to a place till a certain shop be paid and the hostess say welcome.
Oh, come on, you madcap. I'll with you to the alehouse presently. Sirrah, tell me, how did thy master part with thy lady Julia?
Married,
After they parted in earnest, they closed very fairly in jest.
Ah, but shall she marry him?
No.
How now? Will he marry her?
No, neither.
What then? Are they broken?
No, they're both as whole as fish.
What? How stands the matter with them?
Married thus. When it stands well with him, it stands well with her.
What an ass art thou? I understand thee not.
What a block art thou, that thou canst not?
But tell me true, will it be a match?
Ask my dog. If he say aye, it will. If he say no, it will.
If you shake his tail and say nothing at all, it will.
The conclusion then is that it will,
Thou shalt never get such a conclusion from me but by a parable.
and I embrace to receive it in such a way. But hast thou noticed, my master has become a notable lover.
I never knew him otherwise.
How so?
A notable lover, as thou reportest him to be.
Why, thou horse and ass, you mistakest me.
Why, sir, I meant not thee, I meant thy master.
Ah, but thou hast noticed, my master has become a hot lover.
I care not, though he burn himself in love. If thou wilt, go with me to the alehouse.
At thy service.
My Julia, I shall be forsworn. To love fair Silvia, I shall be forsworn. To wrong friend Valentine, shall I be forsworn. And even now, the power that gave me first my oath provokes me to this threefold perjury. Love bade me swear, and love bids me forswear. First I did adore a twinkling star, and now I worship a celestial sun. Unheedful vows may heedfully be broken, and he wants not wit that wants resolved will to exchange the bad for better. Like thy reverend tongue to call her bad, her whose sovereignty thou hast oft preferred with 20,000 soul-confirming oaths. Julia I lose, and Valentine I lose. In keeping them I needs must lose myself. In losing them, thus find I by their loss. For I to myself am dearer than a friend. For love is still in itself most precious. For myself, Valentine, for Julia, Silvia. Oh, Silvia, witness heaven that made her fair. I shall forget that Julia is alive, knowing that my love to her is dead, and Valentine I'll hold an enemy. This night he meeteth with a corded ladder to climb celestial Silvia's chamber window and fetch her down, myself in counsel his competitor. Now presently I'll inform her father of their disguising and pretended wit. Yes, who, all enraged, will banish Valentine, for Thurio he intends shall wed his daughter. And with Valentine being gone, by some sly trick, I'll quickly blunt Sir Thurio's dull proceedings. Love lend me wings to make me swift, as thou hast lent me wit to plot this drift.
Counsel Lucetta, gentle girl, assist me, and in kind love I do conjure thee, who art the table which all my thoughts are visibly character engraved, tell me how, with some good mean, I may undertake a journey to my loving Proteus.
Alas, the way is wearisome and long.
A true devoted pilgrim is not weary to measure kingdoms with his feeble steps. Much less shall she, that has love's wings to fly, when such a flight is made to one of such dear, divine perfection as Sir Proteus. Didst thou but know the inly touch of love, thou wouldst sooner go kindle fire with snow than seek to quench the fire of love with words.
I do not seek to quench your love's hot fire, but rather qualify the fire's extreme rage, lest it should burn above the bounds of reason.
The more thou dams it up, the more it burns. Now let me go and hinder not my course. I'll be as patient as a gentle stream, make a pastime of each weary step, till my last step have brought me to my love, and there I'll rest, as after much turmoil a soul doth in Elysium.
And what habit will you go along?
Not as a woman, for I would prevent the loose encounters of lascivious men. Gentle Lucetta, fit me in such weeds that may fit the steam of a well-reputed page.
Madam, think you should cut your hair.
No, girl. Knitted up with silken strings and 20 odd conceited true love knots.
In what fashion shall I make your breeches?
That fits as well as, tell me, good my lord, what compass will you wear with your farthingale? Why, even what fashion thou likest best, Lucetta.
Madam, Methinks you'd have them with a codpiece.
Ouch, ill-favored.
A round hose now's not worth a pin unless you have a codpiece to stick pins on.
Now, a sound loves me, fit me in what you think is most meet and mannerly. But tell me, wench, how will the world repute me for undertaking so unstated journey? Hear me, or make me scandalized.
If you fear so, then stay home and go not.
Nay, that I will not.
Then never dream on infamy but go. If Proteus liked your journey whence you came, no matter who's displeased when you were gone, I fear me he will scarce be pleased with all.
That is the least Lucetta of my fears. 1,000 oaths, an ocean of his tears warrant me my welcome to my Proteus. His words are bonds, his oaths oracles, his love sincere, his thoughts immaculate, his tears pure messengers sent from his heart, and his heart as far from fraud as heaven is from earth. Bear him not the hard opinion of his truth, but deserve my love by loving him. And presently come with me to my chamber to take note of what I stand in need upon my journey. All that is mine I leave at thy dispose, my lands, my goods, my reputation. Only in lieu thereof dispatch me hence. Come, answer to a not, but let us go. I grow impatient of my tarriance.
Sir Proteus, tell me, what is your will with me?
Well, my lord, that which I would discover the law of friendship bids thee to conceal. Know this night Sir Valentine intends to steal away your daughter, whom I know you've intended to bestow upon Sir Thurio. Thus, if she were stolen away, it would be much vexation to your age. So, I would rather cross my friend in his intended drift, than, by concealing it, heap on your head a pack of sorrows which would push you down being unprevented to your endless grave.
Proteus, I thank thee for thine honest care, which to requite commend me while I live. This love of theirs myself have often seen, and often purposed me to forbid Sir Valentine her company and my court. Knowing that gentle youth is soon suggested, I nightly lodge her in an upper tower, the key whereof myself have ever kept. Therefore she cannot be conveyed away.
Well, know this, they've devised a means by how he shall climb celestial Silvia's chamber window, and with a corded ladder fetch her down, where the gentleman comes with it presently. And, if it please you, you may intercept him.
Upon thine honor, he shall have no light that I had any knowledge from thee of this.
I thank thee, my lord. Valentine is coming. I must away.
Sir Valentine, whither away you so fast?
Aye, my lord, I have letters from my friends and I must deliver them.
No, stay with me a while. There are some matters I have to discuss with thee that touch me near. 'Tis not unknown to thee how I plan to match Sir Thurio to my daughter Silvia.
Aye, my good lord, and the match were rich and honorable. Can your grace not win her to fancy him?
No, trust me. She is peevish, sullen, froward, proud, disobedient, lacking duty, neither regarding herself as my child, nor fearing me as if I were her father. And now I am full resolved to take a wife, and turn her out to who will take her in. For me and my possessions she esteems not.
My lord, what would thou have me do in this?
There is a lady here, in Verona, whom I affect. But she, I mean, is nice and coy. So how and may in which way I may be regarded in her sunbright eye.
Win her with gifts, if she respect not words.
But she did scorn a gift I sent her.
Aye, women sometimes scorn what best contents them. Send her another, never give her o'er. Commend, extol their graces, though ne'er so black, say they have angels' faces. A man with no tongue, I say, is no man, and without his tongue he cannot win a woman.
But she, I mean, is promised unto a gentleman of worth, and kept severely from resorted men that no man hath access to her by day.
Why then I would go to her by night.
But the doors be locked and keys kept safe, that no man hath recourse to her by night.
What should say that thou cannot enter at her window?
But her chamber is a loft, built so shelving that one may not enter without apparent hazard of his life.
My lord, a ladder made of cords, with a pair of anchoring hooks, to scale a hero's tower so boldly and to adventure it.
As thou, a gentleman of honor, please, and pardon thee, where may I find such a ladder?
By 7 p.m. I will get you such a ladder. It will be light that you can bear it under a cloak of any length.
A cloak as long as thine will serve the turn.
Aye, my good lord.
And how shall I fashion myself to wear a cloak?
My lord, any cloak will serve the turn.
Pray thee, let me feel thy cloak upon me. What's this? A letter to Silvia, and I'd be much pleased to break the seal for once. My thoughts do harbor my Silvia nightly, and slaves they are to me that send them flying. Oh, could their masters come and go as lightly, himself were lodged where senseless they are lying. What's here? Silvia, this night I will enfranchise thee. 'Tis so, go, base intruder, overweening slave, bestow thy fawning smiles upon equal mates, and think thy patience more than thy desert for thy departure hence. If thou lovest thy life, make speed from hence.
And why not death, rather than living torment? To die is to be banished from myself. And Silvia is myself. What light is light if Silvia be not seen? What day is day if Silvia be not by? Except I be by her in the night. There is no music in the nightingale. If I do not look on Silvia in the day, there is no day for me to look upon. She is my essence, and if I, not by her fair influence, fostered, cherished, illumined, kept alive, I fly not death, his deadly doom. Tarry I here, I but attend on death. And fly I hence, I fly away from life.
Run, boy, run, and seek him out.
Soho! Soho!
What seest thou?
Here we go to find not a hair on his head, but 'tis a Valentine.
Valentine?
No,
What then?
nothing.
Can nothing speak? Master, shall I strike?
Who wouldst thou strike?
Nothing.
From Valentine, a word.
Is Silvia dead?
No, Valentine.
No, Valentine. For my dear Silvia, hath she forsworn me?
No, Valentine.
No, Valentine. If Silvia had not forsworn me, what is your news?
Sir, there's a proclamation that you are banished.
And that you are banished. With a B. That's the news. From hence, from Silvia, and from myself.
I have fed upon this woe already. So much more will make me surfeit. If Silvia had not forsworn me, what is your news?
Why? He is so lovesick and distraught. He cannot tell what is truly happening.
Nay, no more. If the next word that thou speakest have some malignant power on my life, I pray thee, breathe it in mine ear as endless anthem to my endless dolor.
Cease to lament for that which thou canst not help, and study help for that which thou lamentest. Here if thou stay, thou canst not see thy love. Besides, thy stay will abridge thy life. Come, I'll confer thee through the city gate, and ere I part with thee, confer at large, with all who concern thy love affairs. As thou love fair Silvia, though not for thyself, regard thy danger and along with me.
Oh, my dear Silvia, oh hapless Valentine!
I am but a fool. But I have wit enough to think my master be kind of a knave. He lives not now to know that I am in love, and yet I am in love, and yet 'tis a woman, and what woman I know not, but yet 'tis a milkmaid. But not a maid, for she hath gossips. Here's a catalogue of her condition. Imprimis, she can fetch and carry. Why, a horse can do no more. Nay, a horse can carry, but not fetch. Therefore, she is better than a jade.
How now, Signor Launce? What news then in your paper?
The blackest news thou ever hearest.
Why, man? How black?
As black as ink.
Let me read them.
Why on thee, jolthead? Thou canst not read.
Come, come, try me in thy paper.
Fine, and let St. Nicholas be thy speed.
Imprimis. She can milk.
Aye, that she can.
Item, she brews good ale.
And so goes the proverb, blessing of your heart, you brew good ale.
Item, she can sew.
That's as much to say, can she sew?
Item, she can knit.
What needeth a man for a stock when he can have a wench knit him a stock?
Here, follow her vices.
Close at the heels of her virtues.
Item, she is not to be kissed, fasting in respect of her breath.
Well, that could be mended with a breakfast. Read on.
Item, she doth talk in her sleep.
'Tis no matter, for she not sleep in her talk.
Item, she is slow in words.
Oh, villain that set that down amongst her vices? To be slow in words is a woman's only virtue.
Item, she hath not teeth.
I care not. I love crests.
Item, she hath more hair than wits, and more faults than hairs, and more wealth than faults.
Stop there. I'll have her. She was not mine or twice mine, once or thrice in that last article. It will be a match, as nothing is impossible. We will now take a 10-minute intermission.
Yeah.
Now, Proteus, tell me, is your countryman, according to our proclamation, gone?
Gone, my good lord.
My daughter takes it going grievously.
A little time will kill that grief, my lord.
'Tis true, but Thurio thinks not so. So how and which way shall we make her hate thee, Valentine, and love my friend Thurio?
Well, the best way would be to slander Valentine. Falsehood, cowardice, ill descent. 3 things women hold highly in hate.
Aye, but she'll think it's spoken hate.
I, if his enemy deliver it. Therefore, it needs must be delivered by one she esteemeth as his friend.
Then you must undertake to slander him.
That I shall be loth to do, my lord.
Where your good word can no longer advantage him, your slander never endamage him. Therefore, the office is indifferent, being entreated to it by your friend.
You prevailed, my lord. If I can do it, she'll not long continue love to him, but weed her love away. Follows not that she will love Sir Thurio.
Upon this warrant, you will have access, where you and Silvia may speak at large, for she is heavy, melancholy, lumpish, and for our purposes she will be glad of you, to be persuaded by you to hate young Valentine and love my friend Thurio.
I'll wait upon the lordship at supper, where we will discuss the proceedings.
Even now, about it.
Stand there still, sir, and if not, we'll make you sit and rifle thee.
My friend,
We are your enemies.
Peace will hear him.
a man, crossed with adversity am I. My only riches, these poor habiliments. If thou would disfurnish me of them, thou would take the sum and substance of what I am.
Whither travel you?
Verona,
Whither came you?
Milan,
Have you long sojourned there?
some 16 months, and longer would have stayed, had crooked fortune not thwarted me.
What, were you banished?
I was.
For what offense?
an act that now torments me to rehearse. I killed a man, whose death I much repent, but yet slew him manfully in battle, without false verse or base treachery. We'll have him.
Have you anything to take to, sir?
Nothing but my fortune.
I myself was from Verona banished for practicing to steal away the Duke's daughter.
And I from Mantua, who in my mood, I stabbed a gentleman unto the heart.
You, a banished man for an offense far worse than ours, are you contented to be our general and live in this wilderness as we do?
I will, and I accept your offer, as long as no outrages are done on silly women or poor passengers.
No, we detest such violating practices. Come with us, we'll bring you to our camp.
Already I have been unjust to Valentine. Now I must be as unjust to Thurio. Under the color of commending him, I have access my own love to prefer. For Silvia, she's too fair, too sweet to be holy, to be corrupted with my worthless gifts. Now, I must bring some evening music to her ear under Thurio's name. Ugh.
How now, my young guest? Methinks you're alley-collie. What is it?
Marry my host because I cannot be merry.
Come on, we'll have you marry. I'll take you to where you can hear music and see the gentleman you asked for.
Will I hear him speak?
Aye, that you shall.
That will be music.
Hark, hark!
Is he among these?
So now, are you sadder than you were before? I pray you delight not in music.
Now Whitney Mortensen.
I think you just delight not in music.
The musician likes me not.
What a fine change in the music is this!
I that changes in the spite. But don't the Sir Proteus often resort unto this gentlewoman?
I'll tell you what Launce's page boy told me. He loved her all out of it.
Where is Launce? Peace, get aside, the company once.
I thank you for your music, gentlemen. Who was it that spake?
One that, if you love him, you would learn to know him by his voice.
Sir Proteus, as I take it.
Sir Proteus, my lady, and your servant,
What's your will?
that I may compass yours.
You have your wish. My will is this, that presently you hie you home to bed, thou subtle, perjured, false, disloyal man. Thinkest thou I am so shallow, so conceitless to be seduced by thy flattery? Thou hast seduced so many with thy vows? For me, by this pale queen of night, I swear I am so far from granting thy request that I despise thee for thy wrongful suit, and by intend to chide myself for this time spent talking to thee.
My lady, I grant that I did love the woman, but she is dead.
For falls if I should speak of it, for I am sure she is not buried.
Suppose she is, but thy friend Valentine survives, who, thou art witness, I am betrothed.
I likewise hear that Valentine's dead.
So suppose am I, for in his grave assure thyself, my love is buried.
Then let me rake it from the earth.
Go to thy lady's grave and call hers thence, or at the least in her sepulture thine.
He heard not that.
Well, if your heart be so obdurate, vouchsafe me for my meed your picture that hangs in your chamber. For if I be a shadow, to your shadow I will make love, sigh and weep.
I am very loath to be your idol, sir, but if thou wishes to worship at false shapes and adore false shadows, send for me in the morning and I'll send it. And so, good rest.
Like wretches wait for execution in the morn.
Pray you, where lies Sir Proteus?
Mary, at the house. I'll take you presently.
It's the longest night I ever did watch and the most heaviest.
This is the hour Madame Silvia entreated me to call her and know her mind. There's some great matter she'd employ me in. Madam! Madam!
Who calls?
It is I, Speed, servant, and your friend.
Thou art not ignorant what dear goodwill I bear unto the vanished Valentine, nor how my father would enforce me marry vain Thurio, whom my very soul abhors. Speed I would to Valentine, to Mantua where I hear he makes abode, and for the ways are dangerous to pass, I do request thy worthy company.
I will go with thee, recking what little betideth me, wishing you all good fortune. When will you go?
This evening coming,
Where shall I meet you?
at Friar Patrick's cell, where I intend holy confession.
I will not fail thee, my good lady. I shall meet you there. Good morrow.
One that I saved from drowning when 3 or 4 of his blind brothers and sisters went to it. I was sent to deliver him as a present to Madame Silvia, and I no sooner entered the dining chamber when he steps me to her trenchers and steals her captain's leg. 'Tis a foul thing when a cur cannot keep himself in all companies. I'll tell you what he did. He thrust me himself into the company of 3 or 4 gentlemen like dogs. We had no sooner entered the dining chamber, but the whole room smelt him. Out with the dog, says one. What cur is that, says another. Whip him out, says the third. Hang him up, says the duke. I, being acquainted with the smell before, knew it was crab, and goes I to the fellow that whips the dogs. Friend, quoth I, mean you to whip this dog? Aye, marry, I do, quoth he. Well, you do it more than wrong, quoth I. 'Twas I that did the thing you want of. Cram! He made no more ado, but whips me out of the dining chamber. How many masters would do that for his servant? Nay, I'll be sworn. I have sat on the stocks for puddings he hath killed, otherwise he'd been executed for it. I have stood on the pillory for geese he hath killed, otherwise he would have suffered for it. Thou thinkst not of this now. I remember the trick thou served me when I took my leave of Madame Silvia. Did I not bid thee still, and mark me, do as I do? When didst thou ever see me heave up my leg and make water against a gentlewoman's farthingale? Did you ever see me do such a trick?
Sebastian is thy name? I like thee well and will employ thee in some service presently.
What you will, I'll do what you please.
I hope thou wilt. How now, you whoreson peasant? Where have you these 2 days been loitering?
Why, sir, I gave Madame Silvia the dog you bade me.
And what said she to my jewel?
She said your dog was a cur, and that currish thanks is good enough for such a present.
What gavest her thou this from me?
Aye, sir. The other squirrel was stolen from me by the hangman boys in the marketplace. I did give her mine own, which is a dog as big as 10 of yours, so therefore the gift greater.
Go thee to the market and fetch my dog, or never again return into my sight. Stay thou to vex me here, away! Slave, it still turns to end. Sebastian, I have entertained thee. Partly I have need of such a youth, who can with some discretion do my business. 'Tis no trustish long, foolish lout. Here, takest thou this letter and this ring to Madame Silvia. She loved me well, delivered it to me.
Seems you have got her to leave such a token. She is dead, belike?
No, I think not. I think she lives.
Alas,
Why dost thou cry alas?
I cannot choose but pity her.
Wherefore shouldst thou pity her?
Because methinks she did love you as well as you do love your lady Silvia. 'Tis a pity love should be so contrary, and thinking of it makes me cry alas.
Despite thy opinion, go and deliver the letter to Silvia. Tell her I claim the promise of her heavenly picture.
As you wish. How many women would do such a message? Alas, poor Proteus, thou hast entertained a fox to be the shepherd of thy lambs. This ring I gave to him when he parted from me, to bind him to remember my goodwill. And now am I, unhappy messenger, to plead for that which I would not obtain, to carry that which I would refuse, to praise his faith that I would dispraise. Yet I will move for him, yet so coldly as heaven knows I would not have him speed. Gentlemen, good day. I pray you, be my mean to bring me where to speak with Madame Silvia.
And what would you do with her, that I be she?
If you be she, I do entreat your patience to hear the message on which I am sent.
From whom?
My master, Sir Proteus, madam.
Oh, he sends you for a picture.
Yes, I, madam.
Go give your master this from me. Tell him one Julia that his changing thoughts for yet would better fit his image in this shadow.
Please you peruse this paper, madam?
I will not look upon your master's lines, for I know they are filled with protestations and newfound oaths that he will break as easily as I do tear that paper.
He sends your ladyship this ring.
The more shame for him that he sends it to me, for I've heard him say 1,000 times his Julia gave it to him in his departure. And though his finger have done that ring wrong, mine will not profane his Julia the same way.
She thanks you.
What sayest thou?
I thank you, madam, that you tender her. Poor gentlewoman, my master wrongs her much.
Dost thou know her?
Almost as well as I do know myself. To think upon her rose, I do protest I have wept several 100 times.
Belike she think that Proteus hath forsook her.
I think she doth, and 'tis the cause of her sorrow.
Is she not passing fair?
She had been fairer, madam, than she is. When she did think her master loved her well, she, in my judgment, was as fair as you. Then she did neglect her looking-glass, and threw away her sun-expelling mask. Then now the air had starved the roses in her cheeks, and pinched the lily tincture of her face. Now she's become as black as I.
Alas, poor woman, desolate and left, I weep myself to think upon thy words. Here, I give this to thee, gentle youth, because thou love her, for your sweet mistress's sake, and so farewell.
And she'll thank you for it if ever you know her. Virtuous gentlewoman, mild and beautiful. I hope my master's suit will be but cold, since she respects my mistress's love so much. Here's her picture. Let me see. I think if I had such attire, this face of mine were full as lovely as this of hers. And yet the painter flattered her a little. Unless I flatter myself too much. What should it be that he respects in her, and I cannot make respect even myself, if this fond love were not some blinded god? Come, shadow, come and take this shadow up, for 'tis thy rival. O thou senseless form, thou shalt be worshipped, kissed, loved, and adored. I'll use thee kindly for my mistress's sake that use me so. Or else by Jove I vow I should have scratched out your unseeing eyes to make my master out of love with thee.
How now, Proteus? How now, Sebastian? Which of you saw Speed of late?
Not I.
Saw you my daughter?
Neither.
Why then? She's fled unto that peasant Valentine. 'Tis true that Friar Launce wandered through the forest. But stand you not to discourse. Mount you presently to the mountain foot of the rising Mantua, whither they have fled. Dispatch you, gentlemen, and follow me.
I'll follow more for love of Silvia than hate of Speed that goes with her.
Now follow, more across that love than hate for Silvia that is gone for love.
Gab, be patient. We must bring you to our captain.
1,000 more mischances than this would have taught me out of reputation.
Come bring her away.
Where was the gentleman that was with her? Being nimble-footed, he hath outrun us. But don't
wreed habit in a man. This shadowy desert, unfrequented woods, a better brook than flourishing peopled towns. Here I am alone, unseen of any, and to the nightingale's complaining notes, tune my distresses and record my woes. Repair me with thy presence, Silvia. Cherish thy forlorn swain. What hallowing and what star is this today? It's my mates who make the wills their law with some unhappy passenger in chase. Withdraw thee, Valentine, who comes?
Why, lady, the service I've done for thee, though you respect not aught your servant doth, to hazard life and rescue them from them, give me but one fair look, for I mean, a smaller boon than this I beg not, and less than that I'm sure you cannot give.
Oh, miserable unhappy that I am.
Unhappy were you ere I came, but by my coming I have made you most happy.
Thou hast made me most unhappy.
And me when he approached your presence.
'Tis the curse, and still approved, when women cannot love where they're beloved.
When Proteus cannot love where he's beloved, go look over Julia's heart, thy first best love.
Why, lady, if the gentle spirit of moving words can no way change you to a milder form, I'll woo you like a soldier at arm's length, and love you against the nature of love. Force you, heaven, I thrust thee up to my desire.
Ruffian! Let go, thou rude, uncivil touch. Thou art a friend of ill fashion.
Valentine.
Proteus, my mate, Silvia, my lady. I cannot say I have a friend of this world. Thou wouldst prove me wrong. I can no longer count thee a friend for my sake.
My shame and guilt confound me, Valentine. Truly, if her thee shame be a worthy ransom for offense, I tender it to her as ere I did commit.
And so, I have thee forbidden. and forgiven. As my love remain plain and free, all that is mine in Silvia I give to thee.
Oh, me unhappy.
Oh my God, look to the boy!
Oh, what? How now, where? Speak.
Apologies, my lord, but my master did charge me to deliver a ring to Silvia, which out of my neglect was never done.
Where's that ring, boy?
It is here. This is it.
Why, this is the ring I gave to Silvia.
Cry you mercy, sir, I have mistook. This is the ring you sent to Silvia.
Well, then this is the ring. But Hank, how camest thou by this ring? Ere I part, I gave one of these to Julia.
And Julia herself did give it to me. And Julia herself hath brought it hither.
What?
Behold her that gave aim to all thy oaths, and entertained them deeply in her heart. How often with perjury you cleft the root. Oh, Proteus, let this habit make you blush. Be thou ashamed I've taken upon myself in modest raiment. The shame were in such a style of love.
Heaven were man. What I did spy in Silvia, I now spy more fresh in Julia with the constant eye.
Aye, let me make this happy close, that two close friends should be long foes.
Oh, witness heaven, I have my wish forever.
And I mine.
A prize! A prize! A prize!
Oh, 'tis my lord the Duke. Thou art present to a banished man, Valentine.
Sir Valentine, thou hast proven thyself a man of worthy estimation, and as such, I repeal thy state and replenish thine honor as a man of gentle words, and offer you the hand of my daughter Silvia, for you've deserved her.
The gift hath made me very happy. My lord, what think of you of this page?
Why, he hath mirth, he blushes.
My lord, 'tis more grace than boy.
What mean thee by saying that?
Come, I shall make your grace to smile. Come, Proteus, 'tis your penance to hear of how this love was discovered. That was once my triumph wedding day shall be ours. One faith, one love, one mutual happiness.
Flash mob.
Bring it back now.
Flash
Bring
mob.
it back now.
Flash mob.
All right, all right. Did y'all enjoy the show? Hi, I'm Mackenzie Mortensen. I'm the co-founder and vice president of the STAC Shakespeare Alliance. I just wanted to thank you all for coming to our inaugural performance weekend in the Sullivan Theater. I just want to do a few thank yous before you guys go. I want to give a big, big thank you to our director, producer, Kiera, Egan. Nothing could have been done without you. Thank you so much. And to Isis, our crew manager. Who keeps us safe until like 1 o'clock in the morning. Thank you. The light of my life, Bridget, literally. Thank you. Our lighting director, thank you so much for working with us and learning lights in less than a weekend. You are phenomenal. So I just want to do a little bit of self-promotion really quick. So instead of a show in the spring, we do a STAC Shakespeare Symposium. That's alliteration. And it's a night where everyone can bring themselves music, dance, art. If you want to make a video game, if you want to talk about psychology of Shakespeare, anything, come talk to us. It'll be a night in the spring in the theater. And we just want to, expand Shakespeare besides acting. So, yeah, I hope you all can make it next semester. Thank you guys so much, and this is our closing night. So, first performance went amazingly, so thank you guys all for coming. Also, I don't know who Silvia is, so awkward, bye.